all, this is Annie B, and welcome to my channel. If this is your first time visiting with me, don't let this be your last visit. If you like what you see, don't forget to like, subscribe, and to give me a comment. I want to show you some of the items that I made from the January Dollar Bead Box. Now, I don't get the bag, but I do get the box. Now, I am in my 10th month of retirement, and I am being very productive. So I'm off to a great start. So let's get this video started. Now, what I made was 3 necklaces. I also made 2 bracelets, and I made 2 pairs of earrings, and I have a future project that I'm going to share with you. Now, what I like to do is to number my items. Now, this is necklace number 1. This necklace here, this is a 20-inch long necklace, and for this necklace I use the rounded triangle earring finding, and I also use the square metal charms that was included in the packet. Now, what I did was join the rounded triangle ear wire. I joined them together, and I made this pendant. Now, the reason I joined them together was because the pendant itself, it was a bit rough, and I didn't want that on my skin, so I just joined them together, and they are joined together with these jump rings, and I have the little metal charm hanging off as little dangles. And I also use the metallic mixed beads that came in the box. I also use some of my little tiny spacers that I have in here. I use wire guardian, and I attached a chain to it, and I close them using a jump ring, and I use a lobster claw. Now, this chain right here is from my stash. Now, this is lovely, and this is necklace number 1. Now, necklace number 2. Necklace number 2, I call this my sea bead necklace here. Now, necklace number 2 is also 20 inches long as well. Now, for this necklace, I use the 6mm check glass navy pearls, and I also use the butterfly pendant, and I use the corrugated findings that was in the box. And this right here is a little tiny bead that came from the January bargain bead box. I believe it's called the opal window bead. Now, I also use a wire guardian here to loop into that butterfly so that wire would have a better look to it instead of a plain piece of wire. As I stated, I used the corrugated finders that was in the box, and I also used those tiny little round findings that was included in the box as well, and that turned out quite lovely. I also used the silver lobster clasp, and I use wire guardian, crimp, and crimp cover. Now, you don't have to use a crimp cover in your projects, but I think they just look so much better when you do. Now, this is necklace number 2. It's lovely. Now, necklace number 3. Necklace number 3 is a necklace that I made. It was just an impromptu necklace because I wore purple today to my noonday Bible study, and I wanted something purple around my neck, so I made this purple necklace right here from that natural amethyst pendant that came in the box. And this is so lovely. It's just a basic piece, and it has a little bell on it, and I ran some chain through it, and I used a silver lobster clasp, and I used a tiny little jump ring so it would mimic the chain, and this turned out very nice. And I also made a pair of earrings to go with it. Since I was wearing purple today, I made myself a little pair of dangles, and it went quite well with this amethyst piece. So that is number 3. Now, to the bracelet. As I stated, I made 3 bracelets. Now, this bracelet right here, I use the peach. I got the peach rainbow iris bead, and I used those glass tube that was in the package as well. It was looped on with those petals, and I'll show those to you later. And I use A for Annie. So this is my piece, and I think this turned out very nice, pretty piece. And of course, I use the wire guardian crimp cover, crimp wire, crimp. I did all all of that, and I use a silver lobster clasp for that piece. And I also made a pair of earrings, and I also use the silver crystal. These are the crystal rondelle beads, and I use them in between those beads, giving that shine. And I did the earrings also the same. I used the silver, the crystal rondelles in that set of earrings, and they turned out quite nice. And I use a lever back on that, and those are lovely. Now for this pair, this bracelet right here, I use the miracle beads, these little white tiny beads, and I use the black tubing from my stash. This is a 2-strand bracelet, and they just pop back together. I mean, you just twist them and they pop right back. And for this, I use a lobster claw. It's a larger lobster claw, and a jump ring for closure. And this is a very, very light piece. Now, what I did, I had some problems with this little piece here because I didn't know exactly what to do with it. But I finally figured out what I was going to do with it. Now, remember these little pieces here? These are some glass petals, and they came pretty much like this. Now, I put this piece together because I was trying to figure out what I was going to do with it. I thought about a ring. I thought about a bracelet. And I even thought about a pendant. But I said, no, summer is coming, so I am going to use this. I am going to order me another set, and I'm going to use this in my sun catcher that I'm building for my deck this summer. And this is going to be great. So I will keep you posted on that. Hopefully I don't forget, and I'll let you see what I made from these little glass petals. Okay, that is it for me. These are the items that I have made from the January Dollar Bead Box, and they are simply lovely. But before you go, let me show you a tip. When you are making your pieces, I've discovered that when you're using these little mannequins right here, and you have a long necklace and it is draping way below, simply get you some thumbtacks, put them to the bottom, affix them to your mannequin the bottom back in the back, flip it over, and it will give it some nice length to it, and it doesn't hang all the way down. Hopefully you can see that. But again, all you have to do is just glue you some little thumbtacks, and that will take care of that. So I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you later. Take care now. Bye bye.